The NBA Finals are here, and we've got a fantastic matchup between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. So let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the finals, as I mentioned, and give you guys my preview, prediction, breaking down the matchup, and giving you guys, again, a prediction of who wins the finals, who wins the title, and exactly how many games they win it in. So let's get into it. All right, people. So I'm just really hyped because I think this is going to be a very close, very fun finals because we've got two very evenly matched teams. If it was the Miami Heat that would have advanced and beat the Boston Celtics in Game 7, folks, I would have been here and told you that this was going to be a very short and brief finals because I would have thought the Warriors would have waxed the Heat probably in 5 games. I'm not joking, all right? So I'm really glad it's Boston because I think Boston is going to give Golden State everything that they can handle and more, okay? So as far as my prediction and then as far as breaking down this matchup, let me just start by saying that the star power in this matchup is nothing short of spectacular. We know we've got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. The list goes on and on. But more importantly, we're talking about two very, very, very good defensive teams, all right? That, to me, is the biggest thing here because these teams are elite on both sides of the basketball, offense and defense. So who do I have winning in such a close and even matchup? So it was tough for me, but pondered over it, thought a lot over it. Obviously, I'm going to break it down for you guys and researched a lot. And you know what? I think I have it. So I don't want to back out from it. So I'm going to make my pick final, lock it in here with you guys. My pick to win the 2022 NBA Finals is the Boston Celtics. Yes, I paused there for a very long time just to build that up. But yes, I've got the Boston Celtics winning the 2022 NBA Finals in 6 games. Yes, that's right, 6. And the only reason I'm not saying 7, I would have loved to say 7, because Golden State is obviously a very formidable opponent, is because Game 7 is in Golden State. And yes, I know Boston has won a road Game 7 in the playoffs, but I just don't see them doing it in Golden State in the NBA Finals and winning that fashion. I have them closing this series out in 6 games in Boston. All right, so now it's time to talk about the why and how I think they do it. Number 1, let's start with the reason number 1 I got Boston winning the series. The numbers. They favor the Celtics. And I get it. Analytics, numbers, they're not everything. They're not the entire story, but they're a big part of it. And the numbers say that when we've got 2 evenly matched up teams, you got to go ahead and nitpick here. And I'm going to, because the Celtics, number 1 in terms of defensive rating in the regular season, the Warriors were number 2. All right, so again, I'm telling you, it's very close, but yeah, the Celtics slightly better defense, okay? And even in the playoffs, the Celtics second best defense, Warriors 6th best, okay? So Celtics still a better defense. We talked about the offensive rating. Celtics are still better, 9th versus 16th for the Warriors. That was in the regular season. In the half court, 8th in the half court offense, 8th versus 12th for the Warriors, right? 8th for the Celtics, 12th for the Warriors. So we're literally talking about just, very, very small differences here, but it all adds up when we're talking about the finals. So to me, Boston's the better team defensively, according to the numbers. They're the better team offensively, even though people would say Golden State is the better team offensively, but the numbers say it's Boston. So those numbers skew me towards picking the Celtics because I take a lot into the data. I look really, really hard into the data, and the data tells me that Boston is the better team numbers-wise, okay? So that's reason number 1. And even if you're not a numbers guy, let's move on to reason number 2. And that is Boston's just a flat-out deeper team. They are, folks. When we take a look at the Celtics, I can give you 4 guys that can probably pop off. I'm not saying they will, but they can pop off for 20 points, 20-plus points any given night. Obviously, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can give you 30 or even 40 some nights. They're given. So that's 2 right there. They're all stars. But then you've got Marcus Smart, who can somewhat create his own shot at times, even though he does take a little bit too many shots at the end of the games for my taste. But point is, he can give you 20 any given night. You've seen him do it in that closeout game 7 versus the Heat. He had 20-plus points. Again, I'm not saying these guys will give it every night. I'm saying they have the capability to do so, all right? And you know what I mean by that is for the Warriors, Draymond Green is not going to put up 20 points and get like any night. It'll be a very, 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 very big exception or anomaly to see Draymond give you 20 or a guy like Kevon Looney to maybe give you 20. Like, it's very scarce, okay? Marcus Smart, not so much. And then finally, Al Horford. I know he hasn't had a 20-point performance, in a few games, but he had one against the Heat. So Al Horford's another guy, and he had some monster games against the Nets as well. So he's another guy. So that's 4 guys right there, okay? Not to mention Derek White coming off the bench. He's been fantastic, phenomenal. You've got Peyton Pritchard there. I know Tyson played a lot of the last series, but, he's a good backup center. I didn't even mention Rob Williams. And then Grant Williams, right? So we're talking about 9 deep. Guys that all can contribute. And the thing with the Celtics that I love is they don't have a single guy, outside of maybe Peyton Pritchard, who's not going to play that much, who is someone you can hunt and target on defense. You don't have that on the Celtics. Everybody's a good defender, from Smart to Jalen to Jason to Horford to Rob Williams. Everybody's a good defender. So Boston's the deeper team. When you take a look at Golden State, there's only one guy that can really create his own shot. That's Steph Curry. Maybe 2 with Jordan Poole, okay? So I'll give you 2 guys there. Klay Thompson doesn't create his own shot, even though he's a good scorer. Draymond Green sets up shots for others. He can't create his own. He's not a scorer. So really, it's only 2 guys, and one of them is a liability on defense in Jordan Poole. And Steph's also not a great defender, so he is somewhat of a liability as well. So Boston's just a deeper team, people. They're just a deeper team. They've got more shot creators. They've got better defenders. They've got guys you can't hunt on defense. And to me, that is a huge, huge advantage for Boston. So that's number 2. They're the deeper team, and they have more shot creators. And that's going to matter when we're playing lockdown elite defense, is who can create their own shot. Finally, number 3, the experience, I believe, is there. And when I say that, I mean this. Everyone knows Golden State's been to a number of finals. This is, their 6th final or something like that. And we know they have all the experience in the world. But the Celtics have been knocking on the door for a while now. And I believe they got the experience here. Now, I know they haven't been to the finals, but they've been battle-tested, playoff-tested. Al Horford, most games ever in NBA history in the playoffs without making it to the finals. So if you want to talk about something where they don't have experience in the finals, fine. But don't give me they don't have battle-tested playoff experience. We're talking about 2 Game 7s that they played just this season in the playoffs. So this Boston squad, they are ready. They're ready. I don't want to hear they're not ready and they don't got the experience. I think they do, and it's not a huge advantage to the Warriors as some would think. So overall, folks, there you have it, my 3 reasons. The numbers say Boston. I believe they're the deeper team, and they are ready. The experience is there, and I believe it is their time. And I got the Boston Celtics winning the series in 6 games. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Who wins the series? Who you got? As always, thanks for watching.